Iba, yeah, you!
Hello, welcome back to Fallout 76. Some new Milepost companions were added to the PTS today. I went through and tested them out to see what difference they make to the Caravan system. There's 2 of them, and you recruit them just like other employees at the outpost. The first one is the Cryptid Hunter. She was there at the start of the PTS, but apparently there was some issue and she was removed very quickly. So if you didn't play the PTS on day 1 of the Caravan system, you probably didn't see her at all. Her office was always there though, so if you went exploring above the kid's location, you could see the cryptid themes. You can hire the hunter right away by speaking to Marley. It'll cost you 200 supply. If you're in the PTS and you're short on supply, you can go to the locker outside Vault 76 to get some. It's under the miscellaneous tab and refreshes by leaving the area. When you speak to her, she'll tell you that she needs help, but first she'll put you through a test with some questions about cryptids. The answers are reptiles, sheep squatch, and green. You can skip this test if you have charisma 8.
Ding dong ding! You're the real deal! I expect big things from you. Take this cryptid bait and use it wisely.
Basically, the point is to get the sheep squatch lure. Then run a caravan. I think the first time it doesn't matter what the size is, but later caravans will require large sizes to lure cryptids. The lure changes the last encounter in a caravan to a legendary sheep squatch. Kill that and go back to the hunter. You'll now be able to buy lures for the Grafton monster and the Ogua. It will cost you 10 supply for each lure, and like I said before, you need to have a large caravan to trigger the cryptid encounters. Do this once for each cryptid, and you'll open up the option to upgrade the hunter. You can then buy the Deathclaw backpack and a backpack flare, plus some extra cryptid related items. This is what the Deathclaw backpack looks like. It's not a bad looking thing, and goes well with plans you unlock later on. Upgrading the hunter to tier 3 will make even more plans available.
Explore the wilderness, seek out the impossible.
You've got the Gulper outfit, which comes with a separate headpiece. The Deathclaw outfit. It's a long leather coat made from Deathclaw skin and matches the backpack we unlocked earlier. And the hunter's outfit. It's pretty similar to what the hunter wears, so if you like the look, then that's the option for you.
Tell me, what do you wish to
Doing both the Grafton monster and the Ogua will open up all the available monsters. Again, they all cost 10 supply. Doing both monsters will allow you to hire the crate merchant. Basically, he's a caravan version of the script vendor at the Rusty Pick. You can spend supply to buy a variety of boxes that give you random rewards, including plans. From trying out a few of each type of box, they seem to behave similar to the boxes you get during events like Spooky Scorched. It's likely that there will be some good plans in the options, but basically, the crate merchant is a slot machine that you can roll with supply. So are the new additions good? It is good that they're adding more options to the Caravan system. I'll be the first to applaud attempts at improvement. But the problem is that these improvements come up against the fundamental issues with the Caravan system. The problem is that running caravans is in itself a pointless exercise. The only reason to do it is to get supply points. That's the fundamental issue with the Caravan system. You're not getting this supply as part of playing the game as you normally would. You have to deliberately go out of your way to trigger and escort caravans. And like I've said in my video talking about how the Caravan system could be improved, the issue is that caravans lack a purpose. There's no good answer to the question, why am I following this Brahmin? You're just doing it to get supply. And if you took the supplier reward away, how many people out there would genuinely run these caravans? I'm pretty sure that the answer is 0. I'm sure that some would say that the same applies to events. which is not a terrible argument, because ultimately public events are generally about fighting hordes of enemies. But to me there is a difference, both in the variety of public events, so you're not doing the same thing over and over again, and the rewards that you get. Events will tend to have enemies that drop different types of rewards, like random legendaries, or whatever other loot they're assigned to drop. Those can have value in and of themselves. On top of that, they give you modules that you can use to craft custom legendaries. Or expeditions, which are the most similar to the Caravan system, in that you end up doing the same activities over and over again. I know because I've ground out so many expeditions that I almost don't have to think anymore. But again, the difference is that you get multiple useful rewards, like random legendaries or contextual ammo, that in turn influence how you play the rest of the game. Caravans, on the other hand, only give you supply, and all you can do with them is spend them within the Caravan system. At some point players will buy all the plans that are available, and they'll have zero incentive to do Caravans again. This is the fundamental issue with the Caravan system. Because the way Caravans play is in itself not enjoyable, the developers will have to continuously add new plans in order to keep the interest of players. As soon as those rewards run out, then nobody will bother to run Caravans. This is why I suggested some of the ideas that I did in my previous video. In order to keep people playing Caravans, the activity itself has to be interesting, or at the very least, the reward has to be worthwhile. The new lure sold by the Cryptid Hunter does give you the ability to trigger the enemy you want, so that does add some ability for the player to choose what they fight. But again, it comes back to the question, what is the point of this activity? So what if you fight a sheep squatch or a Grafton monster? There's no fundamental difference. To me, I read these new companions as the developers finishing what they originally planned to roll out on release. So I would keep that in mind before criticizing too much. These ideas and concepts were in place before there was any feedback from players. What I would advise as a player regarding future changes is focusing on making the Caravan system itself an enjoyable activity. Otherwise it will run into the same problem of being abandoned by players once their rewards run out.